The death of Ariel Sharon has encouraged many around the world to take stock of the former Prime Minister's premiership and debate about his legacy. But how was he perceived here in the UK, and what impact did he have on British-Israeli relations? Following his death, UK officials, including Tony Blair and Ed Miliband, have paid tribute to Sharon. David Cameron described him as one of the most significant figures in Israeli history. He said as Prime Minister he took brave and controversial decisions in pursuit of peace. Editor of the Jewish News, Richard Ferrer, spoke to JM1 about Sharon's influence.
I think probably David Cameron was talking about the three different elements that he brought to Israel. The military influence he had in 1948 when Israel became a state and had the independence, in 1967 during the Six-Day War, and again in 73 during the Yom Kippur War. The three pivotal wars that Israel fought, Sharon was there at the front line.
Conservative Member of Parliament Robert Halfon believes Sharon's legacy is that of a man of peace.
Well, he was regarded as a statesman by Britain, and I can't speak for the rest of Europe, but I think many people in the world recognise that the fact that the Israelis withdrew completely from Gaza, asking for nothing in return, and removing the settlements, which, as I said, caused him enormous domestic problems, he will be remembered for that.
Described by some as a controversial figure, Richard Ferrer told JM1 that Sharon's desire to put Israel's security first was not always popular amongst some sections of Parliament.
Well, I don't think Tony Blair, who was in power here when Sharon was in power in Israel, I don't think the two of them were natural bedfellows. So I think there was certainly a lot of friction at the time. Sharon put up a security barrier, which I think went down very badly here in the House of Commons. So there was certain friction, definitely. Now I think he's put in place a more positive legacy for Israeli-UK relations. But really, he's the last almost of a dying breed. There really is only one founding father of the Israeli state left, and that is, of course, the president, Shimon Peres.
And politics aside, those who had the privilege of meeting Sharon in person talk of his unique personality and describe him as larger than life.
Before I was a Member of Parliament, in fact, I had a meeting with him in a hotel in London. He was a giant of a man, absolutely huge in every possible way. And he had enormous charisma. When he walked into a room, everyone would fall silent. I believe that if he had still been alive, if he hadn't fallen into a coma, there would have been a real chance for an enduring peace between Israel and the Palestinians.
Born in 1928, Mr. Sharon played a key role in Israel for more than 50 years. And so whilst a variety of views have been expressed internationally, the majority of British Jewish people celebrate Sharon's legacy. This is Celestina Olulode for JM1 in London.